I'm Jonny Hawkins.
And I'm Mark Vollelunga.
And we're in the band called Nothing More.
And if you're not in the now, you're in the nothing.
What's up in the now, friends and family? Sara here, shabby behind the camera, with Nothing More here in Wichita, Kansas, the Cotillion Ballroom. How are you guys tonight?
Good. It's chilly.
It is chilly. It is chilly. How are you doing?
Good, good. We're actually all getting over seasonal sickness. So I'm actually finally feeling great, but actually Paul's back there somewhere sick.
Our drummer's back there while we're doing this interview.
That's a lot of...
probably really mad that we're doing this right now.
I was going to say, that's band love right there. You got the sick guy on the bus, and you're still carrying on with the interviews. So you guys were just in Nebraska last night. Had a long drive here. How was the Nebraska gig? How's the Midwest tour been going?
Awesome. We played there with Seven Dust the show before that. So we had a lot of return fans. And when we played with Seven Dust that one night, I was just telling y'all before the interview, we sold a ton of CDs that night and had a great response, but for whatever reason, the batch of CDs that we got had country music on the record itself. It looked like our CD, it was packaged like our CD, but when they put it in, it was country music. So we got like 100 emails the next day just like saying, hey, love the show, bought the CD, and it sounds like country music.
The funny thing was Dan made a comment that at least it wasn't like a bad rock band, so it's like they just put it in and thought it was us. So
hopefully it was a good country band,
yeah,
so it represented you well.
Yeah, I didn't actually listen to the songs. Listened to one song, and it was like, uh-oh.
Well, you guys are definitely not a country band. You're definitely a rock band. Here tonight on a rock tour, touring with Filter. Self-Inflicted is the name of the tour here. How has it been touring with a big hitter like that?
It's been good. We just did a few dates with 10 Years, and then we hopped to this one. So we've been jumping around, and it's been great so far.
Some of the newer bands that we interview from time to time, when they go on the road with some of the bigger bands, they say, they tell us a lot of times just how it is. You know, they've taken us under our wing, or under their wing. We've learned so much from them. They've taught us this. You know, we feel like we're better artists in this way or that way. Yeah. Have you gotten some of that touring with these bands like Seven Dust, Filter?
Totally. I had a night with the lead singer of
Elias.
Nonpoint. Yeah, Elias. And we were sitting on the bus, and he just basically brain vomited all over me, and it was awesome. And he just told me every vocal trick and every trick of the trade basically, and just all these suggestions that I'd never thought about. And it was kind of a mind blow for me that night, and learned a lot ever since then.
That's awesome. What about you?
Yeah, like Jonny was saying about the 10 Years stuff, Jesse and Ryan, real cool guys. All the other guys are as well, but we got to hang with those two guys a little more, and I connected a bit with Jesse. I have a son back home, and he's got a daughter and a son, and we just showed each other pics of kids and stuff, and it was enjoyable.
Awesome. Well, I know last time we caught up with you guys was at Sacramento, the Aftershock Festival. Yeah, and I think we interviewed you on Saturday, and you guys were just telling us, we just got word we get to take the main stage tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys were real stoked, real excited about that. And ironically, it was because Filter was, not able to be there that day, and so they, had all these bands that were able to move up and stuff. So how was that out there in front of all those fans on that stage?
Oh, that was amazing. That was probably the biggest audience we played in front of thus far, so that was a great feeling. I lost a shoe though into the audience because it wouldn't stay on my foot, but other than that, it was,
and the stage
was
unbelievable. Hot.
Oh yeah, we play. I play barefoot. Mark plays in his socks.
And Paul plays socks as well.
And so the sun was it was like a black stage, and I just didn't even think about it, like that the sun was going to be creeping every song closer and closer.
Yeah.
So my feet had boils, or whatever it's called when you blisters. Yeah, not boils. Had something that hurt all over it.
He's like, I don't know what happened. My feet were they were screwed.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was a good time out there. We were definitely burning up with you guys.
Yeah, it was cool.
Sweet. Well, I know right now you guys are touring on your 4th released album, self-titled actually.
Yeah.
Nothing More. So if you guys don't have their album, go out and get it. How's it been with your album dropped, your singles that are out? How's the fans' response been? How's it going?
Really good. It's so far we've had like a really strong grassroots response, and up until Aftershock, we just been chugging away, doing it ourselves really. But then at the Aftershock Festival, a lot of doors were flung wide open. We got a lot of emails and phone calls on the business side of things. So since then, we've been to LA once and back to Texas, and then we went to New York as well to do some meetings and showcases. And so a lot of good things are in the works because of all that. So it's all looking up.
That's awesome, because I know one of the things you had mentioned in the interview out there was, you said, you know, a lot of people in the country don't even know who Nothing More is, and that's what you guys were really focusing on, was trying to get your name out there a little more as a band, getting people to know who you are, and kind of get out of the Midwest. So it sounds like you've started branching out, and what do you have going on after this tour? Are you getting out a little bit more from the Midwest?
Yeah, we're excited to go home Sunday. And we haven't been kind of home for a while. So.
Now, where's home?
San Antonio.
Okay.
So good old Texas.
Awesome.
So we'll be there for 3 weeks, and then we have there's like a Houston Buzz show with Korn December 5th that we're doing, and then another festival in Florida, Jacksonville.
Sweet.
Like a few days later, and then we're excited actually in Oklahoma. We're going to play with Cage the Elephant, so that'll be really cool. We're excited, and haven't seen them live, but heard great things.
Yeah, I think they're a good band. I think you guys will mesh well with them.
Cool.
So,
yeah.
I like what I've heard, yeah.
Now, that kind of takes you through the end of the year. What about 2014? What can we expect?
That's what we're working on right now. We don't know.
Talk about?
We're shooting for a Chevelle tour. We're crossing our fingers for that. That would be cool. There's a few other bands that, I don't know, we're really just working with management, and we have some things in the works that right at this moment I don't know what I can't say, but because it's all not finalized yet. But depending on what happens over the next 2 months, it's gonna possibly determine who we're gonna tour with in 2014. But what I do know is it's gonna be full steam ahead 2014 and really pushing the record nationally.
That's what you guys want.
We're even talking about Europe, actually.
Awesome.
So that would be cool.
We
might be bouncing back.
Europe you're looking at?
England, Germany, and then other than those, just a lot of other territories that we have to just figure out. But Germany and England, we've heard there's a lot of a big scene that would be very receptive to what we do.
Oh, most definitely. There's the Download Tour, the Rock and Park, Rock and Ring. So it'd be awesome to see you guys over there getting across the pond.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know how we're gonna get all of our equipment there though, because if you haven't seen us, we have that giant Drumtron is what we call it, and that thing's heavy and it's a giant piece of metal, so you have to freight it.
Yeah, our bass player welds all the stuff, and we're working on another one right now, so whenever there are fly-out dates and everything, we can do those and send it way ahead of time. But just building a box for the big bastard, as you see, is because if you don't, it's just going to cut up everything, you know. So it's had many victims already.
I know your stage presence is interesting. That's kind of one of the things, just visually. But some of the reviews on you guys, they've said that your stage performance kind of brings things like from a Blue Man Group performance and a Stomp performance. So they kind of blend those two together. So why do they say that? What can someone expect when they see you on stage? How do you bring it different?
Well, I guess first of all, we just bring a lot of energy, and I think that translates to people. People can tell when you're giving it your all.
Sure.
I mean, we have bad shows and good shows, but I think every show we walk off the stage saying, I gave it everything I got. So I think there's that, and then there's all these metal contraptions that our bass player built that we do weird things with the bass guitar, flipping around upside down and playing on it with drumsticks, and all of us fretting it almost like a piano, and doing drum sections where we have toms that we're flipping, and just little, I don't know, just a lot of things that are just different, I guess, in the rock world especially. So that's our goal, is to just try and stand out and do something exciting, because it seems like a lot of the live show stuff, at least that we've been around the last 10 years, it just kind of feels like the same thing. Kind of want a new something.
Sure. And when you're kind of a newer band, you're trying to get your name out there. I think it is very important to bring something different that people aren't used to seeing, and that's what they're going to remember, I think, sometimes, versus your music per se as your stage performance.
Right. It's hard to remember a song once, especially if it's live. I mean, if you hear it on the radio, it's even easier to remember it than a live show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're totally right. That's
awesome. Reverb Nation used 2 words to describe you guys. They said innovation and evolution. I don't know if you knew that that's how they kind of described you. Why do you think people say that about Nothing More?
Change.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that would be 2 things that we'd say as well. Maybe we did say that. I don't know. But yeah, those innovation, we try to, I guess with anything we're doing, whether it's a song or the live show, we all, I don't know, we're like a democracy where we all have a check and a balance to each other because we all have different personalities and different points of view, and we all filter each other from all these different angles. And at the end of all that filtering process, we ask ourselves the question, okay, we all like this, but now the last question is, what's different about it? What's innovative? And that's what we try to only let those things through. And the evolution is, I guess, just, I don't know, we're all really adamant about growth, even outside of the band, just reading books and watching documentaries and movies and just filling ourselves with new experiences and new people's points of view. Because if we look back on our past, that's always been a good thing. Sure. And I think some bands, and us included at one time, are a little bit afraid to open up to other people's, input or other ideas and things like that. So we try to stay open.
Yeah.
That's good because, sometimes when you do open up to different things, or if you put yourself out there in different ideas or aspects, you don't know how you're going to be judged. So it can be hard, but it's awesome that you guys are doing it. It's obviously getting your name out there, and people are getting to know who Nothing More is. So you guys got to take the stage here shortly and got to get to your sound check, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. One last thing, if I could ask you guys, what is something about each of you individually that is different from just you being in a band, something unique about yourself that people wouldn't know about you normally? Are you into any hobbies or any special gigs on the side?
You can start this one. No?
Got you stumped.
Yeah, I'm a gamer, but I haven't since my son has entered the world. Video games have definitely taken a back. So there are other priorities.
Until Phoenix is old enough to
I
battle royale.
I can't wait. Yeah.
Well, that's something right there. You're a dad. Most
yeah.
people probably wouldn't know that you're a dad.
Absolutely.
That's something,
the best thing and the hardest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
So.
I understand totally. I'm a parent too, and it's a blessing and a curse sometimes. What about you, John?
I can only imagine at this point. I really like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts. I wrestled in high school, and you wouldn't tell because I'm a tiny little dude, but maybe that's why I'm so into it, because I'm small, and so I want to beat the bigger guy. I have the David and Goliath complex. I see a bigger guy, and I'm like, I want to kill him, And yeah, Napoleon complex, totally. But yeah, I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Sweet.
I wish I could do it more, but I'm on the road too much.
It's a little hard.
Yeah.
So. Okay, guys. Well, we'll wrap it up. Let you get to your sound check. Can't wait to see you in there on stage, rocking it out. Yeah. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us again.
Yeah,
Always good to catch up with you.
Yeah, good to see y'all again.
You guys make sure you get out to their shows, get their album if you don't have it. They got some tour dates coming up here in the Midwest and then some, possibly overseas. So we'll be hearing from you.
Yep.
I guess that's it for now. In the Now.
Bye-bye.